Hello everyone, my name is Tamara Viviano and I'm here today to inform you of some interesting facts about cesarean and vaginal births. They are the two methods for giving birth to our beautiful children, the way to bring them into the world. Well, to begin, more than 4.3 babies were born in the United States in 2007. That's just to give you a rough estimate about how much this procedure takes place every day. Well, giving birth can be a life-changing event for everyone involved in the procedure. The mother, the father, the whole family waiting to expect to see that beautiful baby. Everyone that's involved will be changed. Two methods for giving birth, again, are cesarean and vaginal birth. We will begin with cesarean birth today. The word cesarean actually came from Julius Caesar because he was born using cesarean birth method. So the name came from him. Vaginal births are the traditional or common method used for giving birth. But today we will begin with this cesarean birth. More than 30% of babies are born using cesarean birth method. One of the side effects to having a cesarean birth is the risk of infection because you're having major abdominal surgery. And other things to consider would be the fact that after you have your cesarean, you tend to get a lot of gas, and it's kind of painful for most women. It's just because the organs are settling back into place because they actually had to remove them to get the baby. And in the future, you will probably have to have future C-sections due to the fact that you may risk a uterine rupture. Most doctors will not perform what is called VBACs, and that term stands for vaginal birth after a C-section. Now we'll explore some reasons why a woman might have to have a C-section, and some of those reasons are that a mother may have a disease that may harm the baby if it comes through the birth canal using a natural method, or they could develop placenta previa, which is when the placenta partially or completely blocks the cervical opening. Therefore, the mother would bleed to death if she tried to have the baby. The recovery time is about 8 to 10 weeks for a C-section for you to return to a normal exercise regimen. And the benefits to having a C-section is that it saves countless numbers of babies' lives every day, because in an emergency situation, the doctors can get the baby out and safely tend to the mother's needs. So those are the benefits to having a C-section. We're going to move now to vaginal births. Again, vaginal births are the normal method typically used for having a baby. That's provided that the mother is healthy again and that the baby is in no form of distress. And what a vaginal birth is when the cervix dilates open 10 centimeters and the baby comes from the vagina. There's very little risk of infection when having a vaginal birth due to the fact that there are no major surgeries involved. Now, what often happens sometime with first time mothers giving birth is that they may have to have an episiotomy, which is when they cut through muscle tissue to make way for the baby's head to come out. The recovery time for that is about 6 weeks. And a mother who has an episiotomy may need a little bit more time because she has stitches, and it's just the area is more sensitive, and she may take a little while longer to enjoy sexual intercourse. And now that we know a little about both types of birth, I will reiterate some of the things that we have covered. A woman must continue to have a C-section once she has had her first. There are some doctors that will perform VBACs again, but this situation is very risky due to the fact that a mother could have uterine rupture. And most doctors don't want to, encounter malpractice suits and things of that nature. So just for your safety and their safety as well, they typically will not do them. But women who have vaginal births will continue unless, for some reason, a condition develops and they're not able to have their baby naturally. You have to consider the outcome of whichever method that you choose because it will affect future births. In conclusion, when giving birth, if it's your first child or your last child, you have to think clearly. But I understand those feelings of emotions also that you take into consideration, because at some point you just want your loving baby to hold in your arms so that you can take them home safely. And in that event, you also have to weigh the odds on both sides of the spectrum. But some things to consider are your recovery time between both the cesarean birth and the vaginal birth, and if you want to have future babies using that method. Okay, and I just say that you just make an informed decision on which method that you choose when giving birth to your child, because you just want your baby safely in your arms again. And I understand that feeling, because when I gave birth to my 2-year-old daughter, all I was thinking was, I just want my baby safely in my arms. And I had a really good book that I read during my pregnancy, so I thought I would share that with you. It's called What to Expect When You're Expecting. And this is the book right here. It's actually written by Arlene Eisenberg, Heidi, and E. Murcock Hathaway. She's a BSN. And it was very helpful to me when you see the different changes in your body. You're like, why is this happening? So I hope that this was helpful to you and that it helps you along when you begin your family. Thank you.